Good morning.
How you doing, everybody?
Hello. It is that time of day again for coffee moments with Mike, just Mike, and Jay Glenda. So we had a friend who watched one of the other episodes, and he said, "We would like to hear your discussion on Disney." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we could discuss Disney all day long. Are you kidding?" Okay, so
And Glenda could talk more. So I was
you have a lot to say, I think.
I was a semi fan of Disney, but more distant. And when I met Glenda, was a fanatic of Disney.
Pretty much.
And I was never to that point, but I've been to all the parks with Glenda and several times, and so it's been an interesting experience.
Yeah, so that actually would be a really good thing to talk about, because think about it. I've been there a lot of times, and then you've been there now with me a few times, but you're newer to it and getting around and things like that. So I like, your perspective on it and what you think as somebody that's like new to the Disney thing. I guess, the new phrase, did you hear that? Is a Disney adult.
Oh yeah.
That's a new thing.
What's it mean?
A Disney adult. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you, but I think what it is a lot of people think Disney is a theme park and that it's for children. And really, you think about it, a lot of people go there on their honeymoons, or they go there just as a couple's vacation, or things like that. And a lot of people that are adults enjoy it almost more because of the attractions they have than the children do. So now it's like, if you're a Disney adult, you maybe don't have children, and you will still go to the parks. I mean, we both have kids, but our kids are grown, and we enjoy the parks just as much, I think, as the young families there.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what being a Disney adult is about. They did statistics. Did you hear this? Probably not, because I'm the one that follows it and then I tell them. Apparently, if you are a Disney adult, you are actually, statistics, and I don't know how they come up with this research, but we're happier people than the people who are not Disney adults. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's the thing I enjoy is everything that comes to life, and that you kind of do is you got to put your maybe your guard down and let yourself just
be in the moment.
Experience the moment, and it. Obviously, Disney's is just gets expensive more and more every year, and it's just like, when does it stop? But it's probably a downside to it, and
so I can help with that.
Go ahead.
Did you have any other thing to say about that? I think that is the biggest thing for people, is that it's become a vacation for people that are like affluent, or that have extra money with the economy and stuff, that they could afford to go. And so I think that is a concern, especially if you think about it, just for the two of us, what we spend. And could you imagine a family like of four? Oh my goodness. When we walk around the parks and we're like, oh my gosh, that's just a lot. So here's some of the things that we do that we can afford Disney, and we can really enjoy the parks. And I don't think we'd enjoy it anymore if we spent any more, to be honest with you. So I would say that when you go on to Disney, if you're going to go for like a whole week, they have the best chefs in the world and the best food in the world. And so I would say to budget for at least two dinners. I'm not saying quick serve for lunch, but I'm saying for two dinners, at least, maybe three every other night. Treat yourself out and budget for that, because you will get some of the best food in the world, and that's an experience you can't get anywhere else. So I think that that's a big part of Disney that you should budget for. But the other nights, what Mike and I do a lot of the times is, you're allowed to take sandwiches into Disney. So we'll have, just a bagel or a sandwich or something like that in the morning with a cup of coffee, like we always have every morning. And then we'll head off to the park, and I'll just throw some sandwiches in our backpacks. We love peanut butter and jelly, both do. So I'll just throw that in our backpacks, and we'll have that, and we'll grab afterwards maybe like a Mickey ice cream bar or something like that to go with our lunch to keep the cost down. They have a bunch of quick serves around the place that you can grab that aren't that much. Another tip is that they do not care if you're not a big eater. I know a lot of people now are watching. If you're not a big eater, you can get a children's menu. Did you know that?
I think you told me last time. Now, how about if someone wanted to leave Disney to go to lunch or dinner and come back? How?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Could they do that?
We just did that for the first time. We were like, okay, these are our options for lunch. And we were like, we really aren't up for any of that. And you know, the other thing is that I think what I enjoy most about packing my lunch for Disney for lunch is that by the time that you get to lunch, you have to stand in line again. And the last thing you want to do when you're hungry and you're hot, maybe you're tired, you just want to sit somewhere, the last thing you want to have to do is to stand in line again for your lunch. So for me, when I'm like, I know I have my sandwich in my backpack and it's like, okay, it's lunchtime. I look forward to not having to stand in line again. We always carry a water bottle with us, and they have refillable stations everywhere, you know, that you can fill it up at the fountains or the bathroom. They'll give you cups of ice. Now you cannot get cups of ice at the kiosk because if they have to bring the ice in, then they can't keep giving it to people. But any place else will give you a cup of ice. And there are some certain stations that they just have cups of ice water sitting out that you can go and get in all the different parks. So that's always, you know, something to do. You can take the little flavor packs if you don't like water and put the little lemonade or, you know, iced tea flavor packs in your water, shake up your water bottle and you've got your drink. I would say make sure you stay hydrated in the parks. That's a big one. A lot of people get headaches and get really irritated and muscle cramps and everything because even in the winter, and you can just while you're on your feet all the time, to stay hydrated is a big one so you can enjoy your day better. But we actually have left the park, and if you Google restaurants by me or like quick serve by me, it'll take you outside the park.
Well, I was just thinking, if someone paid to park, say in the morning, would they have to pay? They're gonna have to pay again.
I don't think so. I think that once you pay for the day, yeah, that I'm not sure about that. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Now we're pass holders, so we can go in and out of the parks as much as we want, but I don't know about that.
But if say if you had okay, you paid and you can't go in and out with the parking or that, the things to as Glenda mentioned, like a family of 4. And I mentioned it as how incredibly expensive it is, and Glenda mentioned about the lunch and bringing lunch in. That's one. Buying your souvenirs or that. I know if you have kids, it's going to be a hard thing to do, but buying your souvenirs outside the park
and bringing them with you.
Well, not necessarily in the park, but I'm saying that getting them outside the park versus buying them in the park. You know, I'm just trying to think as far as it's just so
Walmart,
expensive.
there's a couple Walmarts right outside that have it.
And they have some of the outlet stores and you know, t-shirts for $4 for $20 or something like that. But it's you can find deals outside the park, so you're not taking your life savings and just losing it in a week at Disney. So just thinking of ways
that you can budget for
that we've done as far as bought things and try not to buy things necessarily in the park. And again, I know it's tough.
We do once in a while. We do buy things in the parks. I mean, we do when we eat in the parks and stuff. We do, but we are very cautious about how much that we are spending in the parks, and we try to take our t-shirts and things like that we try to take in with us, and being pass holders we get the discount, which is great, so that helps too if you do want to get something. Some people actually budget for shopping in Disney, and that's fine, if that's a priority for you. So I think that you can maybe save money. There's a couple places you can stay right outside Disney, and you can research that. I know I've heard that there is a really good one that just started. I can't remember the name of that, but I know the Dury is right outside the parks. Or you can stay at, they have a bunch of perks right now. They have a thing, I think, going on. I don't know if it's still going or if it just stopped, but if you stay actually like in the budget economy, All Stars or something like that, then you can actually add free meal plan for your kids. So, and I mean, that's great.
I remember when my kids were younger, that we did was stayed at the All-Star,
Right.
and they'll provide a bus to take you over to Disney, so that'll eliminate the parking each day.
Yeah, the
so
parking is that's
and
a
it's
nice.
it's astronomical. It's not like a $10.
Mm-mm.
So it's but yeah, to better enjoy your experience, or even some of the hotels that are outside of the Disney probably have buses that go to Disney, that because again the costs are just
I
staggering.
heard that you can actually, you park for free at Disney Springs. And I've heard of people actually going to Disney Springs and taking the bus transportation because it's free. It'll get you into any of the parks or any of the locations in and around
Okay,
Disney.
that's something to check
But
out.
I don't know about
'Cause-
that. You're wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, you are, but then it's just like I said. I'm just thinking as far as that
If you're trying to really
ways to
save
people
money.
to hey, I really want to go to this, but there's no way we're gonna be able to spend. We figure a family of 4, you're spending what
10,
12 to $1,500 a day.
Yeah, definitely. At
yeah.
least that, to be honest.
And
Just the tickets alone.
so again, but anyways, the park itself is again enjoyable, and like I say, everything coming to life. And just I remember telling my son when he was younger, he's I think he was like maybe 12 or 13 when he was first there, and telling him that, hey, nobody's around here, nobody knows you, so you can do is be as silly as you want and just enjoy it as a kid, and
Teenagers.
so you don't have to do is worry about your image or anything.
Right.
like
Well,
that.
teenagers, that would be a
that's
big
a
one.
teenage thing. So.
Yeah, but I think that you definitely should budget for a Disney vacation. I mean, it is, even if you can only get there once or take your family there once, those are memories that'll last a lifetime. And can you really put a price on that? I mean, so if you can maybe help, our tips help you a little bit to maybe manage your budget so that you guys can get there. We're strong advocates for that. Like, everybody has a budget and we're sensitive to that, especially in this economy, but it is really, I believe, worth your price to go, because you can't, we're only here for so long and then you're gone. And it's like, you have those memories for the rest of your life. Your kids have those memories. They're going to grow up and have their own families and not want to go with you. So I would say, make it happen. Okay, so a couple movies that we saw recently that we thought were great, Disney movies, and a couple that we saw that were not so great. So on the Disney, we watch all the Disney movies, but in the Disney Plus as well. I love Disney Plus. They have a lot of good specials on there, and I feel like I'm saving so much because I don't have to buy the tickets for all of the different things that they're showing. But it's a great channel, and they have a lot of content that's only specific for that channel, which is nice. But anyways, so one of the things
What
is
was the one movie? I think it was Cinderella. Is that the one?
no, was it Snow White?
Snow White. Snow White.
Oh
and,
my!
And then most of you probably have heard or even experienced that one yourself. And like, what a drop in the ball that Disney did. I heard they lost like $175 million on that movie, but it was just so disappointing. That
I tried to watch it twice.
like whoever was in charge of the AI and that was, that's a shame, because it was just so bad.
I tried twice to get through it because I'm such a huge Disney fan. I'm like, there's probably going to be an attraction associated with this, and I want to know the story. I want to know the whole thing, and I couldn't get through it twice. So that was a bummer. But one needle in a haystack. Everything else they do is amazing. So it really.
And since that movie, if you had
we've seen a couple really great ones. It's a little bit out for a while now, but. They have a ride associated with Tiana's Bayou, but The Princess and the Frog, that was incredible. That movie was amazing. And then we saw the one that we just saw, and I can't remember the name of it. It was the fox and the rabbit. That were the main characters.
Okay.
And I'm sure you guys already know the name. I can't believe I don't remember the name, but that movie, we both really loved that movie. That was a great movie. So, Disney still has it in them. They have a blooper once in a while, but that's, that happens to everybody, I guess, in the industry. So So that's our takes on the movies. The old movies are still be my favorite. Cinderella, because she gets to live in the castle. I love Cinderella. And oh gosh, what's the one in Under the Sea? The Little Mermaid and Aladdin. Those are probably my favorite old classic ones, and I don't think they're ever going to go out of style. They're just such good movies. I mean, Lion King was great. I loved Lion King, the first one, and I thought the second one was just as good as that. So they still have it in them. Disney's movies are always worth checking out, I would say. So, anyways, I think we gave you a couple good tips. I hope we gave you a little bit of a tip.
Dogs.
Dogs are here. They have to say hello. I hope we gave you a little bit of tips on budgeting for Disney and making it come true, because it's definitely, he has to give them a treat. It's definitely worth your, you know, your time, and I really believe it's worth your budget, whatever that is, to try to make that happen. Like I said, kids are just little once, you know, and so anyways, so that's my take on it, and I guess Mike's take on it too. And I think that's it for that. We'll wrap this session up and get about everything else we have to go.
Thank you for giving us a few moments.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Our Disney discussion. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time. But until then, subscribe and follow so you don't miss more coffee discussions with Mike and Glenda. Thanks. Bye. Have a good one. They're saying goodbye.